Hello, everyone. Thank you, Claudia. My name is Xochitl, and Claudia invited me here to give this little lightning talk about an identity-based field safety workshop that I've been giving. I started off a couple years ago after going to the first leadership retreat back in 2021 when it was all virtual, and I was really inspired by the speakers, and two of them were presenting on identity-based field safety, and I thought, hey, that's something that's missing in the way that we talk about field safety. So I went to my field station, not only psyched to talk about field safety, but also psyched to talk about identity-based. And so I've been giving this workshop twice now out at the field station at Rocky Mountain Biolab in Colorado. And it's gotten really good feedback, and students have been really excited to receive the workshop. I wouldn't call it a training, just a workshop. But yeah, I've received good feedback from them, a lot of undergrads, but again, there's still a lack of like PI participation that I'd like to encourage more of. And I'm now bringing this over to UCLA. Thanks again, I've been connecting with Claudia about getting more engaged with field safety at my campus. And so just going briefly through some of the things that I talk about, I just really focus on identity, and like part of what I try to get across is the fact that a lot of people don't, the people who this workshop is aimed for are people who haven't really reflected much about identity. What does identity mean? What are my identities? The fact that we're not talking about a single identity that is at risk, but that several are at just an increased risk. And also that many of us don't have just a single identity. We have multiple identities, and what might those mean? And so I go through basically a reflective practice. I got this from a inclusive teaching course that I took at UCLA. And where we just a moment to just reflect on which part of your identities are you most and least aware of, which parts are you feel most misunderstood in, which part of your identity makes you feel discriminated, and which one gives you the most privilege. And then I share kind of the results of the group, all anonymous, but we don't really discuss this. I just show it, and everyone just goes through it on their own. We then discuss these 4 vignettes from Demery and Pipkin paper that many of you might be familiar with, awesome paper. And we just discussed again, what type of risks these individuals find themselves in, what kind of mitigation practices could have been in place to help these risks, and how an emphasis that I like to place is then how can you as a peer or as a colleague, depending on where your position is, could help support these individuals. Like what role can each of us as individuals help play in these situations? And then again, it's very discussion and reflection based. Just have everyone talk about like what risks they feel they might encounter in the field, and how can we mitigate those risks? Who do we need to talk to? Like, do you have to talk to your PI? What questions do you have? And that kind of leads into talking about field safety plans, and how they're important, and how to include identity into these field safety plans. We have these templates that are available. Some of them might have identity related things explicitly on them. Most of them that I've seen do not. And so I go through some examples of how you can include identity and think about identity in those field safety plans. And that's it.